Welcome to Are You Quizzing Me? I'm Vineet Nair with my co-host Aditya Kashyap. This is a quizzing trivia podcast show where we ask each other questions and share what we know and learn with you. Though in a quizzing format, it's not competitive. The questions are simply a way of sharing our love of trivia. So sit back, relax, and join us as we explore the depths of human knowledge. Here's the format. We ask each other questions alternatingly, as many as time permits, while giving as many clues as needed to help each other get to the answer. Let's get quizzing.
And welcome back. It's another day, another episode. And both of us are back, Aditya and myself, for a round of quizzing. But before we start the proceedings, there is a tradition that we have to honor. The tradition of, basically mutilating our brains with the answers that Aditya gives to his brilliant and insightful questions at the end of every episode. So, at the end of last week's episode, Aditya had asked us, what is the drug of choice for all ailments that are used in India? So, Aditya, what is the drug of
Vineet,
choice?
Vineet, this is advice that I would give to anybody out there. And this works universally, in fact, in India especially. It will work wherever you come from. It is a cure all. Whatever problem you're having in life, it doesn't even have to be an ailment such. If any issue you're having in life, just go to somebody older than you from the previous generation and tell them
Mhm.
about it. And they will tell you how your problem is invalid because it was much harder for them. And that is, in my opinion, a brilliant cure all. So I've recently been trying some stand up. Actually, let me just give you a backstory. And I heard this from a friend's mother. She said that the people, kids these days have such issues, and it doesn't make any sense. They're talking about mental health all the time. And okay, fine, I get that. Maybe she was coming from the perspective of it is a lot more right now than it was back then, and it's sad that it wasn't earlier. But she also mentioned mental health and depression, and then she said thyroid. And I was like, thyroid is a real thing. Like, thyroid is not the mental health is not, but thyroid is like a physiological thing. How is that the same? But apparently, sometimes the older generations just have these very quirky takes on things. So if you are suffering from anything, go talk to them, and you will be
Your
cured.
suffering will be inconsequential by
It
comparison.
will be.
For once, I
So,
have to agree with once upon of Aditya's answers. I find no fault in that.
I'm glad. I'm
Okay.
glad.
So I think it's my turn to start off this episode's proceedings. So let me start off with a piece of trivia that I came to learn very recently, and I just had to put it to you. This multiple Academy Award winner made his directorial debut in 1993 with a short film titled, and this is the title, mind you, I killed my lesbian wife, hung her on a meat hook, and now I have a three-picture deal at Disney. This is literally the name of the film. I will repeat it again. I killed my lesbian wife, hung her on a meat hook, and now I have a three-picture deal at Disney. He didn't direct anything else for approximately 14 years after this. Who am I talking about?
93 was a debut.
Yes, it's a short film by the title, as I mentioned, I Killed My Lesbian Wife, hung her on a meat hook, and now I have a three-picture deal at Disney.
Okay, so sorry, 93 was the short film that he released under this
Yes,
whatever
but
this
that was his
title.
directorial debut of anything. I mean, like, that was the first
Okay.
time he directed anything.
And the next thing he directed was 14 years later.
14 years later, and is a multiple Academy Award winner.
A multiple Academy Award winner.
Yes.
93, and that means the next thing was 2007. Has this person won Academy Awards for not direction? So like acting or
Yes.
something else?
Yes.
Okay. Um, I don't know why Mel Gibson comes to mind, but that's
Very good
mostly because
guess, but no, it's not Mel.
okay. Mel
Despite all of
Gibson.
his faults, he has a place in my heart as one of my favorite actors. So,
Yeah. He has done some good work. Okay. His next directorial venture. Killed My Lesbian Wife, have a 3-picture deal.
No, hung
Oh
her on a
boy.
meat hook. Don't forget that. I killed my lesbian wife, hung her on a meat hook, and now I have a 3-picture deal at Disney.
As much as I love the title, I have to ask: is the title also a reference to something in this individual's life? Like,
No, I don't think so, because he was much too
it's just
young
a
to have to be that
no. I'm saying
cynical or
maybe
nihilistic.
some role they played or something. Okay, no. Um, I'm gonna venture a guess with then 2007. Was the 2007 film a well-known film
Yes, very, very well known.
and a feature film, not a short film?
Yes, it was a feature film. I
So
think this is the
technically,
only short film that this person has directed.
the feature film debut was in 2007 by this individual.
Feature film directorial, yes, but
Yeah,
let's not
directorial debut.
split hairs. He directed this first.
No, I got that. I'm just trying
Yeah.
to because I'm trying to figure out who would have.
Do you need a clue?
I'm gonna say George Clooney.
Oh, very good guess, but no.
Oh, I know George Clooney has directed something in the 2000s for the first time. No, then I need a clue.
Okay, I'll give you his Academy Award wins.
Mm-hmm.
So he's won for the last time he won, I'll give you that, was for Best Picture.
So as a director.
No, a Best Picture award is usually given to the producer.
Oh, okay, right, fair. Sorry, before you actually told me the Academy Award, another guess I was gonna make was Russell Crowe.
No, not Russell Crowe.
Not Russell Crowe. Okay, so then the Best Picture,
So
somebody.
this is the last one he won. That's the latest one that he's won. Was for Best Picture.
Oh.
And as I already told you, it's given to the producer of the film.
Is it by any chance? How am I forgetting this guy's name? Matt Damon's friend. Oh God, what's his name? Ben Affleck.
Yes, it is Ben Affleck. It is Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck. Okay. Nice.
Yeah. So the last pick, he's won for Best Adapted, Best Screenplay with Matt Damon for Good Will Hunting.
All right.
And he won Best Picture for Argo.
Argo. Okay, right.
And his co-producer on Argo was George Clooney.
Oh, okay. Cute little coincidence there. No,
and the movie of 2007 that he directed was Gone Girl.
Gone Baby Gone. Not Gone Girl. Gone Baby Gone. Gone Girl was the one he acted in.
He acted in, yeah, okay.
Gone Baby Gone.
Let me just check that. My memory may be a little fuzzy because of the time at which we are recording this. But
and the second film is The Town. I think he has done 2 films.
Yes. Gone Baby Gone. Yeah. So sorry, it's not Gone Girl. It's Gone Baby Gone. And then The Town, Argo, Live by Night, and now the new release, Air.
Oh yeah, there's another one, Air. Right.
Yeah. And he's reunited with Matt Damon on that one. So I'm looking forward to that one.
Fun.
So. Yeah. So, but again, I mean, like, as far as titles go, this is the best title of any movie I've ever. I killed my lesbian wife, hung her on a meat hook, and now I have a 3-picture deal at Disney.
It's pretty cool. Man clearly knew something. Okay.
Gimme.
So let's discuss a fictional character. Who was initially named after a Japanese phrase. So the origin was after a Japanese phrase.
Okay.
And the title was changed a little bit. So even though the character's name sounds like a shape, the name was actually a Japanese phrase origin, the original name, which was changed to the name that the character is now famously known as. To avoid vandalism. Which character from the 1980s am I talking about?
Is this Short Round?
No.
When you said shape, I was thinking Indiana Jones Short Round. Okay. No. Okay. That would have given me a chance to bust out my Ki Kwan trivia book. But okay, so Japanese phrase character named after a Japanese phrase
Yeah.
but whose name was changed to avoid vandalism.
Yeah.
Are we sure?
So, okay. Okay, let me actually break it down a bit further, right? So
Okay.
assume that the name was X, right?
Okay.
And X was from a Japanese phrase. X also refers to a shape, but that is
Huh.
not where the origin apparently comes from. You would assume
Okay.
it came from the shape, but it came from the Japanese phrase. X
Okay.
was changed to Y because
Huh.
in English, that name would be easily vandalized. So X was very slightly modified to Y. Y is very close to what X was. And Y is what we know this particular fictional character
Fictional
as.
character from a movie, from a book, comics. Any clue there?
Sure, I would give you a hint. It is not from a movie.
You
It's
evil,
not
evil
from a
man.
book
Okay.
either. Not
Okay.
from a movie or a book. At least not originally from a movie or book, as fictional
Okay.
characters go and as adaptations go. I'm sure there
Okay.
have been movie and book adaptations, but not originally from one.
Okay. Japanese phrase shape.
Okay, I'll tell you what the Japanese phrase meant. The Japanese phrase meant gobbling something up.
Gobbling something up. No, yeah.
Okay, remember it also means a shape. Now, X, when it was going to be released in the North American markets, they were worried kids might vandalize the name to make it sound obscene. So they had to change the name slightly. Okay, let me give you another hint since I haven't given where its origin comes from. It is in the world of video games.
World of video games. So then this would be a
Yeah,
Nintendo character. Uh, I'm thinking, or Sega. It could also be Sega. Wait, gobble things up. Wait, Pac-Man? No, but Pac-Man.
you are correct. It is Pac-Man. So why?
Okay.
Let me explain. Why is Pac-Man? X,
Huh?
or the original name was Puck-Man, which you would assume is because it is
Oh,
shaped like a puck, but it actually
okay.
came from the Japanese phrase "paku paku taberu,"
Okay.
however it is pronounced in Japanese, which refers to gobbling something up.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
it was originally in Japan called Puckman, but when they were releasing this in North America,
In
they were
arcades,
worried,
yes, yes, yes. I
yeah, the
remember
kids
the
would
arcades of the
change the
90s. That's where
they
vandalism would come in, yes.
exactly the kids would change the P to an F and make it obscene. So they had to change the Puckman to Pac-Man, and that's where the name Pac-Man comes from.
Nice. I remember
Yeah,
the shape, I think, was inspired by a pizza.
it is inspired by a pizza. You're right. Yeah,
Yeah.
and the open mouth. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to now give you another story. I'm going to tell you a story. Okay. X was born in the Brooklyn borough of New York on January 17th, 1899. His parents were Italian immigrants, Gabrielle, who was a barber, and Teresa, who was a seamstress. He showed promise as a student, but always ended up in trouble with the rules at the strict Catholic school that he was in. His schooling ended at the age of 14 after he was expelled for hitting a female teacher in the face. He then worked at odd jobs around Brooklyn, including candy stores and bowling alley. And later, while working as a doorman at a dance hall, he inadvertently insulted a woman. And in the resulting fracas, he received something which led to him getting his iconic nickname. Who am I talking about? And what was this nickname?
Okay. Which year was this again? When
He
was
was
this person
born
born?
on January 17th, 1899.
1899. Uh, what do we know this person for, though? Like, what is this person famous for?
I would just say that this person's nickname is a very famous in the world of movies. This person has been the subject of numerous movies. His name is quite ubiquitous when it comes to his field, especially when talking about America. I'm being a little vague because if the moment I give you anything about this now, you'll be able to catch it up like anything. It'll be very quickly
Okay.
caught up.
Sorry, I just want to clarify the inadvertently insulting somebody outside a
So basically, he
dance.
was working as a doorman at a dance
Mm-hmm.
hall, and he
Okay.
inadvertently insulted a woman. And
Okay.
in the resulting fracas, in the resulting kind of push pull and things that happened, he
Mm-hmm.
received something that led to him getting his iconic nickname. And
Oh.
that nickname is now very famous for other reasons, also similar reasons in movies, in Hollywood and American movies. Let's just say one
Hmm.
American movie is also having the same nickname as the title. That should kind of give you a big clue.
Oh, okay. Uh, Thinking a black eye. Uh, am I on the right path? Something along those lines?
No, yeah, something similar. Yes.
Hmm. No, I'm quite lost right now. I have no idea at all.
Okay, so this okay, I'll give you the clue regarding the nickname. So what
Mm-hmm.
happened was he, while working as a doorman, he insulted a woman,
Hmm.
and her brother, a man by the name of Frank Galluccio,
Okay.
retaliated against him with a knife,
Hmm. Interesting.
and the result of that ended up in him getting his iconic nickname.
Okay, okay. Scarface, Scarface.
Okay, so
Okay, okay,
Scarface is the
Scarface.
nickname. Who are we talking about?
What's his name? Oh boy. Mm, no, I will not be able to remember this. I, uh,
If you're thinking of the movie, no, it's not that.
it's not the character Al Pacino played.
No, it's not the character Al Pacino played.
Oh, okay.
They
So
just
then I
used
have
this
no
name
idea.
for that.
Oh, I have no idea then. I thought that was a real person that Al
Okay, so let
Pacino
me
had.
just put it this way. What if I told you this guy actually said, basically, so this character, this person may
Mm-hmm.
have once told people to say hello to his little friends on Valentine's Day.
Uh, Dirty Harry?
No.
Oh no, Say Hello to My Little Friends is from Scarface only. Yeah, promising.
Yeah.
On Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Mm, wow, no idea at all. Casanova?
Okay,
No, that
I'm
doesn't make any sense at all.
referring to the Saint Valentine's Day massacre.
Oh, okay. I thought it had something to do with somebody who was a Playboy image or something.
No. I'll give you
Oh,
the answer. I'll give you the answer. It's
yeah.
Alphonse Capone, better known as
Oh,
Al
Al
Capone.
Capone. Al Capone.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay.
I
I
should
did
have
not
given you
know
the
Al
clue about
Capone's.
Robert De Niro playing him.
Yeah, that might have happened. I did not know Al Capone was called Scarface. Oh, that is
Yeah,
such a cool
Al
thing to
Capone was
know.
called Scarface. So what happened was Frank Galluccio slashed his face 3 times on the left side of his face.
Okay.
And it led to people giving him the nickname Scarface, which he hated.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so whenever he was photographed, he always tried to hide the left side of his face, saying that, and he used to tell people that the injuries were due to war wounds.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, Tony Montana. That's his name. I just
Tony
remembered. That
Montana.
was
You're
that
thinking
was.
of Tony Montana, but yeah,
I
no,
thought Tony Montana. Is Tony Montana based on a real person? I actually don't
no,
know.
I don't think so.
Okay,
So
we
I
shall
think he's an
fact check that
amalgamation
again.
of various different characters, Cuban immigrants that way, but I
Okay.
don't think he's based on one particular person.
Right. Okay, cool. Wow, that's really cool. Al Capone was called Scarface.
Yes,
Something
Al
new I
Capone
learned.
was the origin of Scarface.
Okay.
Your turn.
All right. I believe this should be an easy crack, but
Oh,
let's
whenever
try
you say that,
anyways.
it's I never get it whenever you say that. It's like you jinx it
Um,
on purpose. Yeah.
I'm in the space of fictional characters again.
Okay.
A businesswoman, Ruth Handler, created these iconic fictional characters and
Mm-hmm.
named them after her son and daughter.
Okay.
Which characters am I talking about?
I know this because there's a movie coming out about this.
Uh, Yes, you are right on the mark for this
Yes.
one. Yeah. You tell us what it
So
is.
for the sake of the audience, let me just flex a little bit. It is Ken and Barbie. Watch
You are
the new
absolutely
Barbie
right.
movie, by the way.
Yes, that looks
I'm fascinated by the trailer. I
the
don't know
trailer.
what it's about. It's just bonkers trailer.
I love it. I can't wait. I don't know. It might be really bad, might be really good, but I will probably watch it. Okay,
No,
but
but it's great.
anyways, this is for the benefit of the audience as well. Ruth Handler, she wanted to create a new toy. Her husband was a co-founder of the Mattel toy company, so she proposed an adult-sized doll instead of the baby dolls that the kids used to play with back then. And she named it after her own daughter, Barbara, Barbie, and her son Kenneth, Ken, which is a bit weird because they are supposed to be
Yes,
dating.
yeah. Yeah, and Ken has no male man parts, so that's also weird.
Oh, and that is literally how Barbara and Kenneth gave their names to two of the most iconic toys, soon to be in a film. Hmm. That was a
Yes.
quick crack. All
Oh,
right,
thank
on
you.
you,
No, no, I
on
would
you.
because this was recently on my mind. I saw the trailer and I was like, this is just brilliant. I mean, like, whoever's made it, I don't know. I have no clue what it's about, but I really want to watch it.
Yeah, same. Likewise, very much. No idea what it is about, but I want to watch.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll move slightly laterally into business.
Okay.
Okay, you were talking about an American businesswoman. Let's go to England, across the pond to England, good old England. X, this product X, was created in 1928 by County Chemicals at the Chemical Works at Bradford Street, Birmingham, England. And it is the flagship product. X is an emulsion of water and mineral oil stabilized with beeswax. It has become so ingrained in popular culture that some RAF members, that's the Royal Air Force members, during the Second World War were nicknamed the X Boys, X being the product. A romantic comedy with the same title as the nickname, that is the X Boys, was released in 1998, starring Billy Campbell, Angus McFadden, John Butler, and Gabriel Byrne, and was directed and co written by Terence Ryan. It's also a safe bet that the iconic look of the stars of Mad Men were also due to the use of this product in the 1960s. Identify this product.
Um, uh,
I'm going to recap a little bit. I mean, this is a very long question with many different moving parts. So, X is a
yeah.
product
Mm,
manufactured by County Chemicals, and it's their
okay.
flagship product, right?
Okay.
It was basically, and it is basically, an emulsion of water and mineral oil
Okay.
stabilized with beeswax.
Okay.
It's huge. It's penetrated popular culture so much so, and I've given three examples. One is that during the
Mm,
Second World War, members of the RAF, some members of the RAF were called the X Boys.
okay.
Okay, the X Boys, that title was also used for a movie which was released in 1998, starring Billy Campbell, Jean Butler, Gabriel Byrne. And the iconic
Uh,
look of the characters, stars of Mad Men, the famous TV show, was also most probably due to the use of this product in the 1960s. So, what
uh,
product are we talking about?
is it some kind of a hair gel?
I knew you'd get that. I was kind of debating whether I should just keep in that water and mineral oil emulsion, but yes. So then I'll need you to give me the name of the brand then.
Boy, is there a brand that is famous? I can't actually think of because I only guess it based on the
Beeswax.
ingredients and beeswax and also Mad Men look and stuff. I was thinking, but
Okay, so what hair product do you remember from like way back when you were a kid?
Set Wet Zatak is what I
No,
just because it had
no.
such a catchy little ad. Set Wet Zatak. That is what I
I don't
remember.
think set wet is available anywhere outside India.
The world is missing out on it. Okay. What kind of oh, wow, hair? Hair grease, hair gel. I actually don't know.
You're
Yeah, I
going to
don't think
kick
I know
yourself
much.
when you hear this. I
Oh
guarantee
boy,
you
am I?
that.
Am I?
Yeah.
Am I? Am I? Oh no.
Yeah.
Um, any other clues, or is there nothing
Dude,
else that
literally, that's the only clue I can give you. Because I
yeah.
remember this product because I remember my dad using it in the late 80s, early 90s.
I was told as a kid that hair wax ruins your hair. So
Not
I
a
was
hair. Okay, okay. Let me just put it this way: you right now, if you were to buy it, it wouldn't be in the form of a gel or a wax that you would recognize. It's more of a
oh
cream.
oh hmm boy no, I am completely out of options
I
right now.
just
I just
literally gave you a big clue.
cream. What cream? Nivea cream. Oh man. What boys? X boys.
It's a little alliterative, well, slightly alliterative when you say the ex boys.
The the Borolin boys. That's
No.
not the. That's not the one. The boy, I really am gonna hate myself. No, you'll have to tell me the answer for this one.
It's Brill cream.
Brill cream, of course. Oh man, of course. Cream, Brill cream, boys. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So for the audience, the first Brill cream product was a hair cream created in 1928 by County Chemicals. The cream is an emulsion of water and mineral oil stabilized with beeswax. It is notable for the high shine that it provides, which spawned the name of the product. Because the name Brill cream is an amalgamation of brilliantine and cream.
Ah.
Now, brilliantine was often used to soften men's hair and mustaches and give it a shiny appearance, and it was perfumed and a colored kind of product. If you are interested, I think Yardley still produces a green brilliantine that you could buy. It's again very perfumed. It gives a very shiny, oily appearance. So Brill cream came from brilliantine and cream, and during the Second World War, members of the RAF became known as the Brill cream boys. It was initially intended as an insult by other branches of the forces because of the RAF's perceived safe and comfortable job back in Britain, one that afforded them the luxury of personal grooming. But the term rapidly became one of endearment after their success during the Battle of Britain. The Brill Cream Boys is also the name of the film from 1998, which is also about the RAF in the World War II. It's a rom-com set in that time, directed and co-written by Terence Ryan. So there you have it, the Brill Cream Boys.
Wonderful. Brill cream boys. I did not know the history goes back that much. Oh,
Yeah,
wouldn't have guessed.
I'm fascinated by certain products. Things that we saw in during childhood and we just take for granted, and they have histories that go back, you know,
Pretty cool.
decades or
Pretty
sometimes
cool.
centuries.
Yeah. All right. My question. Um, while this might not be a very commonly known term, I'll still, it's just a really fun little piece of trivia.
Okay.
So, in a computer mouse, and especially back when we used to have a lot more physical mouses than these days, we have a lot more touchpads. So, with an old computer mouse, there was a unit of measurement to identify a speed of a mouse. Do you know what that unit of measurement is called?
Squeak.
A squeak is a really nice guess, but no, it's not the right answer.
Okay. Okay. Speed of a mouse. I know the mouse was invented by the engineers at Xerox. I know that
Yes, yes.
Steve Wozniak and Steve Jobs basically stole the idea from the, not stole. I think they bought the idea from
Borrowed
the,
it.
yeah, bought.
Borrowed
No, I think they
it.
paid for it. If I'm not
How did
mistaken,
they?
they might have paid for it. Yeah,
Okay.
and they used it in the Apple One, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's the extent of my knowledge regarding the origins of the mouse and something from
This
that time.
this is not well known at all. This is not even something that I can
Okay, okay.
possibly give a hint.
Old mice, to use the plural, used to have
Mm.
those balls. So, is it something related to the balls? Isn't
No,
revolutions
it
per minute
isn't.
or
No,
something?
no, it has nothing to do with that also. It is just a
Okay.
really cute piece of trivia that I wanted to share with the world. That's all. It has nothing. So honestly, at this point, I can't even give a clue. I guess, I could give a clue. You were
Okay.
pretty much thinking in the right direction with squeak, in the sense you were trying to
Okay.
relate the word mouse to it.
Huh,
So I
huh.
would say continue in that particular vein. It's related to the word mouse.
Later to the word mouse. Uh, white mouse, rat,
What
rat
is the
race.
first? What is the first word that you would relate to the word mouse? Okay, no,
The
that's unfair because you might relate to multiple things. But let's say because you gave me an alliteration, I'm going to give you an alliteration back. It's kind of an alliteration.
Okay. An alliteration with mouse. Mouse,
Some
Mickey Mouse,
some
Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse. A
Wait,
Mickey
how
is
is
a
Mickey
unit.
Mouse a measure of speed?
A Mickey is a unit to measure the
Oh,
speed of a
Mickey.
mouse. A Mickey is a unit to measure the speed of a mouse. Yeah.
So what does that translate to in like physical terms? Like how much is a Mickey?
Okay, so the idea was the speed is determined by by the amount of millimeters you move the mouse, and with how many pixels the pointers moves on the screen. So if you move it slightly on in the physical space, how many
Huh?
pixels does that translate to? And these varied, the measurements varied, but generally a Mickey was considered to be either 1/200th of an inch or 0.1 millimeters. So it
Oh.
would be if you moved it by that much of a distance, how many pixels would you cover? Would be a Mickey.
So this would be a Mickey.
So
So the Mickey is then Mickey is distance, right? If you're talking about.
yeah. But
Okay.
it would be
Okay. So then
yeah.
we'll make up a unit of Mickeys per hour.
Yeah,
Mickeys per
technically
hour. This many
you can
Mickeys
put
per hour.
Mickeys per second, Mickeys per hour. Yeah.
Yeah, when I travel from
So
here to my office, I travel at 20 million Mickeys per hour.
pretty much yeah. That should be a very useful
Oh,
unit of
nice,
measurement.
nice, yeah, nice, nice. Mickey. I did not know that. Okay. First aired on October 3rd, 2014.
Mhm.
Which program has now become a major source of revenue for All India Radio? While usual ad slots sold for roughly around 500 rupees per 10 seconds, a 10-second ad slot for this program costs 2 lakhs. What program or broadcast are we talking about?
Mm, you said All India Radio.
All India Radio.
If it had been Doordarshan, I would have guessed Krishi Darshan, but it's All India Radio.
Okay.
All India Radio. I'm gonna say something slightly out of left field. Is it the traffic check or something?
No, no. I don't think anybody's that interested in the traffic check.
I am wondering. So it won't even be something along the lines of weather report and stuff. Yeah.
No.
Mm,
I'll give you a clue. It's more national in nature.
is it the? Is it done daily?
Not done daily. No, it's not done daily. Slightly irregular. It doesn't have a specific schedule as far as I know.
Oh no,
But
I was
it
just
does
gonna say.
happen once in a
I
while.
was gonna
And
say. I was gonna guess like a Independence Day speech or something. Okay, but it's not that.
no, it's
Hmm.
not that. But you're very close when you said Independence Day speech.
So then it would be something along the lines of a prime minister's address, something.
Okay. Can you be a little more
President's
specific?
address. I would not imagine they sell ad slots for emergency broadcasts.
No, it's
Otherwise,
not
I would have
emergency
guessed that.
broadcast. No. This is a
That'd be
planned
hilarious.
broadcast.
Oh no, that would be so amazing if you just sold ad slots for emergency broadcasts. It's like
Yeah, I think I think initially when it started out, it was a monthly thing. I don't know if it's still
okay,
happening monthly, but yeah, it started out as a monthly thing.
okay. Um, I no move.
Okay, let me just put it this way. This was started first in 2014. It's part of the question, so just put that in your mind.
Okay. 2014. I don't know why I was thinking in the 19 something. Okay, then Man Ki Baat.
Yes, it is Man Ki Baat.
Man Ki Baat, Man Ki Baat.
For the edification of our listeners, Man Ki Baat is an Indian radio program hosted by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, in which he addresses the people of the nation on All India Radio, DD National, and DD News. The Prime Minister addresses the nation every month, having officially started from 3rd October 2014. It aims to deliver the Prime Minister's voice and ideas to the general public. Since television connections are still not completely available in certain parts of India, radio was chosen as the medium for the program. Man Ki Baat became a major source of revenue for the All India Radio. In 2015, slightly old news but still valid, the usual ad slots on Air India Radio sold for 500 rupees for 10 seconds, but a 10-second slot for Man Ki Baat cost around 2 lakhs.
Wow.
So I think it's safe to say that we are in the august company when it comes to podcasting, because even the Indian Prime Minister does a form of podcasting.
Yeah, so at this point, I think I would also like to put it out there that we are selling ad slots. If you want to advertise
Yes,
any such
please.
product, please, Brill Cream, please send us some money. We will ask one Brill Cream question per episode if you send us money.
Right now, I'd accept anything, even VIP chaddi.
Okay. On that very desperate note, we ask now a question. There is a town in Texas.
Okay.
It's a ghost town now, actually. So ghost town, for those who don't know, are abandoned towns, which at one point used to be. And it
Yes, no,
was
because I think people would
established.
have assumed that it was a town populated by ghosts.
The official town mascot is Casper. No, it is a ghost town in Texas, and it
Okay.
was established as a lot of towns back then were because a railroad was being built.
Okay.
So it was meant to be one of those points where, as the railways expanded westwards in the continental United States, one of those towns which are meant to cater to the workers who were laying down the tracks, and it expanded beyond just that over time. Um, there was a post office established in 1912, and it remained in operation till 1954. Just giving you a context of when it was operational. Now,
Okay.
the railroad which was running past this point was the Southern Pacific Railroad.
Okay.
How did the town of Tesnus pay homage to Southern Pacific Railroad as almost like a form of tribute to the company because of which it existed? So how did they do that?
Okay, can you, so just want to understand this question. So we are talking about a railroad.
Uh-huh.
We're talking about a railroad town, right? That was
Railroad town,
established
yeah,
for the Southern Pacific Railroad,
yeah.
and this town somehow paid tribute to uh, the
The
Southern
railroad
Pacific.
company, yeah.
Okay, and this town no longer exists. It's a ghost
It's
town.
a ghost town, yeah.
Okay.
Even the company actually doesn't exist.
The
So
Southern Pacific
Southern
Railroad doesn't
Pacific,
exist anymore.
yeah,
Okay,
no.
okay.
It was there till 1996.
So the name, so the town's name would then be the thing that gives. So I have to basically guess the town's name, right?
The town is Tesnus.
Oh, you okay? Tesnus is the name of the town.
Yeah, yeah, in Texas.
Okay, Tesnus. Tesnus. I've never heard of this place, Tesnus.
Okay, so I'm
And
assuming you also would not know Southern Pacific
I've
Railroad.
heard of it, but I can't, like, I wouldn't be able to tell you anything about it. Apart from that,
Okay.
maybe it was one of the railroad companies which existed during the Wild Wild West. Or
Yeah, it
maybe if you
is.
tell
It
me like
is.
Annie Oakley rode it once, or Billy the Kid shot at it, or something like
I don't know if there are such cultural
that.
legacies, but I'm sure there would be something. Um, no, what I actually would give you a hint that would lead you there is the logo of Southern Pacific is a blue colored logo. Wow, this would be so much better if this was a visual
Visual
quiz.
clue, yeah,
Let
yeah.
me try to just explain. It's a blue colored logo with the railway line running through the center and a setting sun in the horizon. Yeah, very simple logo, nothing too complicated. Railway line running right
And they
through the center.
paid homage to this.
How
Did
did the
they?
town of Tesnus pay homage to this company?
Um, did they have like a sign outside? No, that's city. Like I was thinking of like a Las Vegas sign, something like that. No, with the
No,
logo of the company.
no.
Uh, Normally, you have companies naming the place.
So it is a reference to the logo, if that helps, which is why I described the logo. So think of
What is the reference? The tribute is a
the
reference to
homage,
the.
the tribute is the reference to the logo.
So it's
It
a blue
literally pays
logo,
tribute
the
to the
sun,
logo in a
setting
way.
sun, and a railroad. You said, right? Is there a train on the logo as well?
There is no train on the logo, no. It's
Just
just
okay. So basically, railway tracks, blue
and the setting.
background, and the setting sun.
Yeah.
Okay. Nope. You'll need me. You'll need to give me a clue.
Um. So they wanted to pay homage in a certain way, and they chose against that way because there was already a town doing the same thing. So they had to reverse that idea, if that makes sense.
Okay. For those who can't, obviously nobody listening to us can see Aditya's face right now, but I have a feeling there's something very or there's an obvious clue he's giving me because there's a slight smirk on his face. It's like an unknowing smirk. But, so I have a feeling it's something obvious that I'm missing, but for the life of me, I can't think of what it is.
It is tough to get to it instinctively, but once you know it, then it becomes very obvious. Yeah.
So some other town was going to do the same thing, but they didn't
But
want to.
because there
So
was
they
already another town doing that, they had to do it in the reverse order, if that makes sense. They had to do it
Southern Pacific
backwards.
Railway, Southern Pacific Railway. So Sopak, Sopakra,
But I did
Sopak.
describe the logo, and I told you it's a logo
It's a
reference, not the
logo. It's a
name.
logo thing. So blue town,
Okay, this
blue
is the
logo.
last clue I'm going to give. Okay, pay attention, Vinny. It
Okay.
is Tesnus, Texas. Let me repeat that one more time.
Okay.
Tesnus. Tesnus.
Oh God, this is Tesnus sunset spelled backwards or something.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. The town of Tesnus in Texas paid homage to Southern Pacific
Ah.
Railroad
Okay,
by
let me just
naming
put
the
this out there. Let me just put this out there. Brilliant question, but it's a dumb way of giving homage. I mean, like, seriously, of all the places, I mean, like, Americans are not shy about stealing names for their places, right? They have places named after Roman generals, they have places named after their own heroes, which, again, we are nobody to, complain about that. We have a million MG roads. But, I mean, like, and they take from American Indian languages, they take from many places in Europe, uh, and the best they could come up with is sunset spelled backwards.
That is it. Because there already existed a town in Texas called Sunset, so they went with Tesnus,
Oh God.
which I think is
As a
hilarious.
question goes, that's a good question, but seriously, I mean, the lack of
No,
imagination is staggering.
it's a brilliant question just because if you put the logo up, it is right there in front of you. And if you spell the word Tesnus out, it's a bit easier to get to as well. Right now you were hearing it, so perhaps that made it slightly tougher. But yeah, Tesnus is sunset spelled backwards.
My God.
And now there are actual physical formations near this Texas, where like a Tesnus shale. It's an bedrock of basically a rocky formation, which is also called Tesnus Shale, simply because it's named after Tesnus, the town. Now,
Wow.
randomly, there are geographical formations nearby which are called Tesnus.
Wow. Just wow. Okay, so that's all. I think that's all the time we have for today's episode. Before we wind up, Aditya, is there a question that you should be asking?
Of course, I should ask some question. In this case, I would ask. You did mention the RAF men were named the Brill Cream Boys, and I'm treading on very, very shaky ground here because you shouldn't be insulting the armed forces. So I will try to come up with an answer which is not insulting. But what is the nickname for the Indian Air Force men and women who serve our nation?
Yeah, I can tell you the
That
answer
is my
right now. They're called heroes.
You are playing it safe, Vineet. This will be a PJ while at the same time not disrespecting anybody who serves the nation and is willing to give their life for the country. This is going to be a very
Yeah, he's walking a very thin line here, folks. So
thin
tune
line
in
here,
next
but I
week
will.
to see if Aditya is still alive and hasn't been lynched yet. So that's all for the episode. Thank you for listening in. We hope you enjoyed the show and learned something new. If you like what you heard, please consider subscribing to our podcast and leaving us a review on your favorite podcast platform, wherever you're listening to us right now. It'll help us reach a wider audience and allows more people to discover and enjoy the show. We'd also like to hear from you. Feedback, suggestions, trivia, sponsorships, who knows? You can reach us on Instagram at RUQuizingMe. That's AREYOUQUIZZINGME. We appreciate your support and look forward to sharing more episodes with you in the future. Before we leave for today, let me just remind you that if that there is going to be a fact check, and Aditya will be back with the fact check after the musical sting. So that's all from me.
Have a great day, guys.
And here's the fact check for the episode. Tony Montana, the protagonist of Scarface, is partly based on Tony Camonte, the protagonist from the 1932 film Scarface. Camonte was an adaptation of Tony Guarino from the 1929 novel Scarface, who in turn was a loose fictionalization of real-life Italian-American gangster Al Capone. The brand Set Wet is sold in at least one country outside of India, which is Bangladesh. Douglas Engelbart of the Stanford Research Institute is credited widely as the inventor of the computer mouse. Apple Lisa was the first computer from Apple to have a mouse. Man Ki Baat, Prime Minister Modi's radio broadcast, continues to be done monthly even today. And that's all for the fact check.